What is going on, guys? Apologies for not uploading a video last week, therefore there will be 2 this week, and we're here for the Bahrain Grand Prix in the Middle East. Onto the start finish straight we go for our first run in Q1, and down to the line we go. Where will we end up? For the first run we are on provisional pole position, but it's still Q1, so it isn't that important. And now for the second run, so the final corner, and we need to lose the car on the exit, and meanwhile we're down to P5, and with this lap that's not a very big improvement. Down to the line we go, we're sitting at 1/10, and in the end it's just 20 thousandths, and we don't improve our position but our lap time by a few thousandths. In the end we end the session in P5, and now let's jump into Q2. Round the final corner, on the start finish straight we go, this time with 2 purple sectors. Down to the line we go, maybe with a little bit of slipstream from the Ferrari. Down to the line we go, and we are on provisional pole position once again. In the end, it's again not for P1 as Verstappen beat us by 20 thousandths. And now let's jump into Q3, the final session of this qualifying today. Round the final corner, on the start finish straight we go once again with the DRS wide open, and also 2 purple sectors and the ERS enabled. Down the line we go, and we're on pole position, provisional pole position, and we doubtly get beaten by Verstappen, who is nearly 3/10 faster than me. What the hell? And Leclerc is in P1 now, and he's 3/10 faster than me, more than 3/10. What a crazy performance by him. In the end he's got a 1:24.7. No one ever did a 1:24.7 in this qualifying today. And somehow we got demoted down to P8. And I don't know why. I don't remember what could have happened. Never mind. He will start from P8. The top 3 now is Leclerc, Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton. And now let's jump into the race day. Let's check the starting grid once again. Leclerc, Verstappen, Hamilton, Hadjar, Russell, Colapinto, Paulie David, me, Gasly and Antonelli round up the top 10. And here's how the rest of the grid looks like. And now let's jump to the front again and then jump into the race. 5 let's go on, and off we go for the Bahrain Grand Prix. We get a decent start. The Red Bull gets a bad start and loses several positions. Down to turn 1 we go, and we make a huge kamikaze move down the inside and squeeze the Mercedes wide, and instead the Ferrari and the Haas had a little look on the inside to try and overtake me. Into turn 4 we go, we back into the Mercedes. Down to the corner we're going to make a huge kamikaze move once again and push off Verstappen, and the Red Bull gets punted into the wall, and now the Alpine is trying to overtake me. In the end we don't make any positions up or lose any position as we cut the S corners to stay in front of the Alpine, and we're up in P4 I think this is. In front of us there's the Ferrari of Leclerc, then we've got Russell and the Haas of Oliver Behrmann, who somehow ended up in P3 for now. And what the hell is he come from? The Haas recently got great pace, I think. In the past few races they all managed to put in some great races and he scores some great points. Into this corner we go, we catch up to the Haas and the Mercedes, and through the next corner we nearly lost the car on the exit, but somehow managed to save it. Now down to the final 2 corners of the lap. Can we make a move on the Haas? Into the final corner, we had a little look on the inside and he runs wide. Onto the start finish straight we go once again. Can we now overtake the Haas of Oliver Behrmann and maybe directly make a double overtake on the Mercedes of Russell too? Down to the first corner we go. What are we going to do? Big launch down the inside, a huge drive from on the Haas, and we run deep, and he can convert in up and under and stay in front of me. But now we're closing again with the overtake up the hill into turn 4, and we make a copy-paste move from just before, and again we run deep, and he re-overtakes me. So we'll have to settle back for 1 more lap. Or can we already overtake him into the next hairpin? Through the S corners we go, we catch up, and down the inside we go. We had a little look, we squeeze him on the exit, but he gets a better run out of the corner and stays in front of me. But into the next corner, into turn 10, I had a little look again on the inside, but he can hang around the outside and stay in front of me for another time. Into the next corner, can we make a move down the inside? No, we're too far away this time, and he also has got the DRS, so there's no chance to overtake him on this short straight. So through the middle sector we go into the penultimate corner of the lap. Now he is caught up to Russell, so maybe he will gonna make a move on him, or can we make a double move as we're now all both closed up to him, to Russell. Into the final corner we go. We nearly lose the car on the curb as it caught me. Down to the start finish straight we go with the DRS wide open and the ERS on the mid. Can we make a move? Instead, Berman is going to make a move on Russell. Into turn 1 we go. He had a little look at least. Now they are side by side nearly, and we can use it and overtake Berman. And with the overtake enabled, we can directly try to overtake Russell right away. So in the end, it will be a double overtake on both of them, and we're up to provisional P2 as he can hang around the outside. We're side by side with the Mercedes man into the ass corners. We can overtake him. We can pass him on the inside. Somehow he couldn't manage to hang around the outside this time, and we defend the inside line to not let him re-overtake me right away. So we'll stay in front of him for now, and we're in P2 finally after the start where we started from P8. And now he's got a DRS again. We have to defend the inside line into turn 11. He hangs around the outside and brakes way later than me. I had a little look again on the inside and I tried to squeeze him off track, but he has a better traction. And now we change to the inside line to try to overtake him, but he brakes way later into this corner and stay in front of me for another time. But now we're really close, and also Berman and the Ferrari of Lewis Hamilton and Lance Stroll have caught up. Now it's a 5-way battle for P2. Into the final corner we go. He runs deep a little bit. Down to the line we go. We've got the DRS and the ERS we use a little bit too. Down the line we go. Into turn 1. And we're side by side. Into that first corner. And we brake late enough to overtake the Mercedes. And we're up in P2! After such fierce battling, we finally managed to get up into P2, and now we're also far away. But now into the final corner, somehow the curb caught me and nearly sends our car flying, and now Lewis Hamilton is right on our back. Somehow Russell lost many places and is now nowhere in the top 5 anymore. But now the Ferrari of Lewis Hamilton is right behind me. Can we brake late enough to stay in front of the Ferrari man? Yes, we can, for now at least. In turn 1 we go. We run wide a little bit. We use all the curb provided for us on this track. Down to turn 4 we go now. We've got Lewis Hamilton a little bit, but into the next corner we brake way too late and we run onto the gravel, and Lewis Hamilton is through. The Ferrari man is through as we brake way too late, and through the S's we've caught up to him once again a little bit. But into this happened, we brake again way too late as I try to dive from on the inside, and we lose the position again. And that's not how we can overtake a driver. In the turn 10 we go, and a few laps later we caught up to him once again. Again the hairpin into after the S's, and we've caught up to him once again into the curb, and we're going to brake again way too late. The same mistake as a few laps before that. Into turn 10 we go now, and now on the start finish straight once again after the final corner as the car catches my car once again. But this time it doesn't cost us so much time, so we're still catching on the Ferrari of Lewis Hamilton. Can we now make a move on the Ferrari man as our battery is empty? Down to turn 1 we go. Can we make a move down the inside? No, he brakes too late for us, and we can't. We had a little look on the inside, but it's too far. He's too far away. Now exiting turn 3 onto the second normal DRS train. Here in the game it's not a DRS train. Into the next corner, and he's again too far away. And I again had a little look on the inside, but couldn't convert it into a move, and I had to take a tight line into this corner, so it compromises my exit. But into the next corner, into the hairpin, can we make a move? This time around the outside. No, we brake way too late and lose the car in the exit once again, and we can't make a move. A lap later, Lewis has caught up to his teammate into the final corner, and Leclerc runs wide, and Lewis Hamilton is into the lead. I mean, both drivers still have got a chance to win the title, so it's fair maybe. And into the hairpin we go. I tried to overtake Leclerc right away, just half lap after he got overtaken by his teammate. And now another try into turn 11, and both times I failed because I brake way too late into both corners. Difficult to measure when to brake in fighting situations, if this is an excuse, but through the first corner we go. We have caught up to Leclerc once again, and we're trying to up and under move, but our battery is empty and we run out of battery down this straight, so we can't make a move. But into the next corner we go. We tap his rear a little bit and he nearly loses the car there for a little bit on the exit, but stays in front of me another time. Through the S corners we go. We've caught up to him once again. Now around the outside we squeeze him off track, but then brake way too late once again and run wild, run deep, as he uses it to re-overtake me once again and passes me and is back into P2. Through the final corner, the curb again sends my car nearly flying, but somehow I managed to stay on ground and continue racing as usual. But now we've got the DRS and we're catching rapidly. Down to turn 1 we go, side by side with the Ferrari man. He brakes later than me, but I can hack the inside of the corner and now make the switch back move around the outside, and we're through, we're up to P2. It's a phenomenal move. But unfortunately, with all this fighting going on, Lewis Hamilton is already over 3 seconds away, and it's gonna be difficult to catch up to him again, as he has got great pace, which made him overtake his teammate with ease, but also his teammate helped him as he ran wide through the final corner. And we now do the same as we begin lap 14 of 27. With this we lose even more time to Lewis Hamilton, as we are already slower than him anyways, and Leclerc come to the pits. The undercut attempt on us, I think it will be possible, especially when we do things like this. We run way too deep into turn 4 and we lose a huge amount of time. A while up later we do it once again, and we this time lose a little bit less of time, but we do it once again another lap later. So 3 laps in follow we do the same mistakes. Into the final corner we go once again. This time Lewis Hamilton comes to the pits, so we'll take the lead at least once in this race, as we haven't took the lead the whole weekend till now. So for at least 1 or 2 laps we'll lead a race this weekend. 2 laps later Oliver Burman decided to come to the pits, so this will be our end lap now, as we can't allow him to also undercut us. Our car is such trash today against the Ferraris, no pace against them, but somehow we're able to lap the other cars several times. It feels like that. So in the end of lap 20, in the end of lap 19, we come to the pits and change to the soft tires, and here we go. Oliver Burman managed to undercut us and is now up to P3, so we'll have to fight against the Haas for the podium, for the final step of the podium, as the Ferraris are already locked in for the podium and are out of range for us. So we'll have to manage to at least secure us P3 on the podium, as we have managed to catch up to Oliver Burman just 2 laps after our pit stop. So here we are, right behind the Haas driver. Down to the start finish line we go, down to turn 1, and we make a huge lunge on the inside. Side by side we go. Somehow he brakes way later than me and hangs around the outside. I tried the up and under move first on the outside, then again on the outside, but somehow I couldn't take the inside line for the third corner, and he hangs around the outside for turn 4 once again, and this time I squeeze him off track and let him pass again, as it would be a little bit unfair. So we'll have to wait for another few corners through the S corners. Now trying to up another move once again around the outside. I make the switch back move now onto the inside, with the hoping that we get a better exit, but it doesn't seem like as he has a better exit around on the inside. But now we make the switch back move into turn 10, and we now finally make the move under Oliver Burman, and we're finally up in P3 after such fierce battle once again, as we already had close battling before with other drivers. And in the turn 11, our lap time gets deleted once again, but it doesn't matter anymore, as the final 6 laps went by as quick as possible. While the 6 laps went by, we get Burman 7 seconds, but on the other hand, Lewis Hamilton kept us by another 2 seconds, which now grows up to 20 seconds. 20 whole seconds! The Ferrari man got me. Leclerc also got me by 15 seconds. What a crazy pace from them. And now we come home in P3 with a huge gap to the Ferraris.
Brilliant job. That's a big result for the team.
And here's the podium. In the end, we somehow managed to get into P3 as we were in nowhere in between the Ferraris and the rest of the grid. And these are the results. In the end, Lewis Hamilton won it, Leclerc came home in P3, and I managed to complete the podium. And here's how the rest of the results look like, nothing special. And now let's check out the Drivers' Championship standings, as they have probably changed a lot. And in the top lead, Lewis Hamilton gets back into P2. Further down, Behrman overtakes Norris with his P4. And in the Constructors' Championship standings, Haas overtakes McLaren.